Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 22 of a 25-part series of tutorials on creating presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how to run presentations in PowerPoint. My name is Mehmet JM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. Microsoft PowerPoint gives you very many ways to deliver your presentation, including on-screen, online, overhead transparencies, paper printouts, and that 5mm lines. You can use all the PowerPoint special effects and features to make an on-screen or electronic presentation exciting and complete. You can use slide transitions, timings, movies, sounds, animation, hyperlinks, and smart tags. After you decide that you are going to use a computer to give your presentation, you have several options on how to deliver that presentation. Presenting in a large room by using a monitor or projector is the most common way of delivering presentations. The speaker has complete control of the show and can run the show automatically or manually and even record narration as the show progresses. You might want to set up a presentation to run unattended in a booth or a kiosk at a train show or a convention. You can make most controls unavailable so that users can't make changes to the presentation. A self-running presentation can restart when it's finished and also when it's been idle on a manually advanced slide for longer than 5 minutes. In addition, the Microsoft Net Meeting program with PowerPoint allows you to share a presentation and exchange information with people at different sites in real time as if everyone were in the same room. Real time is the actual time in which events occur. When documents are shared in real time, any changes made to them are instantly visible to everyone sharing the document. In a net meeting conference, you can share programs and documents, send text messages in chats, transfer files, and work on the whiteboard. By collaborating, participants can take control of the presentation to review and edit its contents. During the meeting, only one person can control the presentation at a time, but multiple users can work in chat or on the whiteboard simultaneously if collaboration is turned on. A chat is a Microsoft Net meeting feature that opens a separate window in which online meeting participants can type and send text messages to each other. Whiteboard is a Microsoft Net meeting feature that opens a separate window in which online meeting participants can type text, draw shapes, copy, paste, and delete objects, and highlight or point to text and graphics. You can also broadcast a presentation, including video and audio, over the web. You can use broadcasting for a company meeting, presenting to remote groups, or holding a team meeting whose participants are at several locations. By using Microsoft Outlook or any other email program, you can schedule them broadcast just like any other meeting. The presentation is saved in hypertext markup language, HTML format, so that all the audience needs in order to see the presentation is Microsoft Edge or later version. The broadcast can be recorded and saved on a web server where it's available for playback at any time. Therefore, you can design your presentation specifically for the World Wide Web or intranet by publishing it as a web page. To publish a presentation, means to place a copy of the presentation in hypertext markup language format on the web. You can publish copies of the same presentation to different locations. You can publish a complete presentation, a custom show, a single slide, or a range of slides. Because navigation is a critical element in a presentation, PowerPoint presentations in HTML format include a link bar that you can use to move through the slides by using the outline pane. The speaker notes, also visible to all viewers in a presentation, publish it to the web so that also you can use that feature like a caption. I repeat, the speaker notes are also visible to all viewers in a presentation that has been published on the web, and therefore you can use that feature like a caption. To support your presentation, you can give your audience handouts, smaller versions of your slides that are printed in a variety of layouts. You can also print your speaker notes for the audience, and as you are working on a presentation, you can print your outline, including slide titles and many points. How do you set up a show? To set up a show, you open the presentation that you want to set up. Then click on the slideshow menu and select Set Up Slideshow. From the Setup Slideshow menu, do any or all of the following. To run a presentation on 2 monitors and multiple monitors, select the slideshow monitor to show the presentation on. To set up the presentation to run in a continuous loop, select the loop continuously until escape checkbox. If you want a self-running presentation, for example, at a trade show kiosk, click Browse at a kiosk that is full screen. This causes the presentation to loop and also restricts users from changing it. To run the show without narration, click on Show Without Narration checkbox. To run the show without animation, click on the checkbox for Show Without Animation. Select the slides to show in your presentation under Show Slides. Select how to advance slides during the presentation, either manually, that is on click, or using timings if present, that is automatically. And then you finally click on OK. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to set up a show in a presentation by the title Introduction to ML Swap. So if you wanted to set up a show, that is, if you want to set up a show for this presentation by the title Introduction to ML Swap, what you need to do is to click on Slideshow menu that way, and then you click on Set Up Show. As you can see, after clicking on Set Up Show, we have this Set Up Show dialog box from where you can set your options. For example, under the show type, we have presented by a speaker. So you choose this option. If you want to show this presentation using full screen, you can also choose the option from browsed by an individual window. You can also choose browsed at a kiosk or full screen. So what you do is you just click on the respective radio button. So in this case, we can have ours as presented by a speaker that is full screen. Then we have show options. You can click on loop continuously until escape if you want the show to be repeating once it reaches the end automatically. You can also check the checkbox for show without narration. That means you may have the show looping continuously until escape, while at the same time, it is being shown without a narration. However, if you have a narration in your show, it is important that you uncheck that checkbox. You can also choose the checkbox or tick the checkbox for show without animation if you don't want the animation to be applied. So with this checkbox checked, there will be no animation for your presentation, even if you have set animations in your slides. In my case, let me show the animation, and therefore I'll uncheck that. You can also check or uncheck the disable hardware graphic acceleration. When it comes to showing the slides during the presentation, you can choose whether to show all the slides from the first one to the last one, or you can choose specific slides to show. For example, slide 1 to maybe slide 10. You can also assign to show the custom show. In that case, you choose custom show and then you select the custom show that you want to show from those that you have in your presentation. In my case, let me have all. Now, how do you want the slides to advance during the presentation? Is it manually? If yes, if you want to advance by clicking, you click on manually. If you want to use timings, you choose this option. Now, in my presentation, I don't have using timings, and therefore, I can have manually. In other words, I don't have any automated slides, and therefore, I have to advance manually. Then, under multiple monitors, where do you want to show the slideshow? Where do you want to be displayed? Is it automatic or primary monitor? It's good to have it automatic so that the PowerPoint picks one by default. And then if you're going to use presenter view, you check the presenter's view. Let me uncheck that. Once you set that, you click on OK. So that's how you set up the show, and you have already set up hours. Always remember to click on Save button to save your changes. You can also decide to start a slideshow from within Microsoft PowerPoint. In other words, if you have prepared your presentation in PowerPoint and you want to show it, how do you do it? You open the presentation that you want to view as a slideshow, and then you do one of the following. You click on slideshow menu and then click on either from the beginning or from the current slide. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to start a slideshow from within Microsoft PowerPoint in a presentation by the title Introduction to MLSwap. In other words, after we have prepared our presentation throughout this training, a time has now come for us to see how to show or display the presentation that we have been preparing. So the following is a demonstration on how to start a slideshow for our presentation by the title Introduction to MLSwap. So if you want to show or to run our slideshow for this presentation by the title Introduction to MLSwap, you need to click on slideshow menu. If I want to display or if I want to show or to have slideshow for only the current slide, we click on from current slide. Let me click from current slide. So that's our show for our current slide. From there, you can see that our show can loop because we have looping, and therefore we have started running the first slide. Now you can also run your show from the beginning. So let me press escape key, and then We click on slideshow, we click on slideshow menu, and then we can click from beginning. So if you want to display our show from the beginning or to run our show, we click on slideshow menu and then we click from beginning. From there, remember, I have set my slide to advance or my show to advance manually by clicking on the screen. So this is how our show looks like. My dear students and the rest of the learners, you can hear that I have narration because I have decided to run my show by also including the narrations. You can also see that I have animation because I've chosen to have or to include animation in my presentation. Our slideshow is still in progress, as you can see. If I want to go back in my presentation, I can click on back. You see, and be taken back. Then I can play a video. As you can see, my dear students and the rest of the learners, the show is running and I have even videos that are being displayed based on the setting that I have set. If I was to do away with the sounds, with animations, then I would have selected the same while setting up the show. You can see that my show is set to loop, and therefore, after reaching the end of the show, it has begun afresh from the first slideshow. You can hear I also have music. And therefore, you are the one who is supposed to decide how to set up your show. If you know that your show has music, has videos, has animation, and you want them to be inclusive or included in your presentation, you have to set the same and a setup show so that when you run the show, like the way I'm doing, you are able to have a fully multimedia presentation. And that's how you run a slideshow from your presentation. To save your presentation as a PowerPoint show that you can always open directly without opening PowerPoint program, you can do it as follows. You open the presentation that you want to save as a show, then click on File menu and select Save As. Browse the storage location for the file. Then type the name of the show in the file name box. Under Save As type box, select the PowerPoint show. Click on Save button. So the following is a demonstration on how to save our presentation as a PowerPoint show by the title Introduction to MLSwap. So if I wanted to save this PowerPoint presentation as a slideshow that I can run without really having the need to pass through PowerPoint, I can do it as follows. So you click or you open, first of all, you open the presentation that you want to save as a slideshow. Then you click on the File menu and click on Save As. Then you browse the location where you want your slideshow to be stored. In this case, or for me, I'll click on Browse. And then I can select Creating Presentations folder. Under Creating Presentations folder, I can click on Presentation Materials and open it. Then while here, I can type the name of my show as Introduction to MLSwap. It's already proposed for me. And then under Save As type, you choose PowerPoint Show. This one here. So let me click on PowerPoint Show. And then you click on Save button. So let me click on Save button. So it has been saved. Let us see if it is there. So let me click on this folder. And then I can open this subfolder called Presentation Materials. So I'll right click on it, and then I click on Open. You can see that we have a show, this one here, and even the icon is showing. So this, as you can see, the type is Microsoft PowerPoint slideshow. So we have been able to create a slideshow by the title Introduction to MLSwap, and you can see we have just created it now. So that is how you create a slideshow, or that's how you save your presentation as a slideshow in a folder of your choice. After having saved your slideshow somewhere in your storage media, you can also be able to start a PowerPoint show without really opening PowerPoint or loading PowerPoint in your storage device or in your computer. So how do you start a PowerPoint show? Now, starting a PowerPoint show or the following procedure require you to open a slideshow that you have already saved as a PowerPoint show. In other words, for you to be able to start a PowerPoint show, you must have created a presentation in the PowerPoint and saved it as a PowerPoint show. So you use this procedure to open and display a slideshow that you have saved as a PowerPoint show. You browse your storage media for the PowerPoint show file that you wanted to open, and then right-click on it and click on either Open or Show commands. If the Show command is not displayed, you click on Show More options and select it from the sidekick menu to be displayed. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to start a PowerPoint show in a presentation by the title, Introduction to MedSwap. In other words, the following is a demonstration on how to open a PowerPoint show that we have already created and saved by the title, Introduction to MedSwap. So let us browse. Let us browse for our file. So I'm going to click on this folder. Click on the folder, and then, for example, click on Creating Presentations folder. Remember, I'm browsing for my PowerPoint show. And then my PowerPoint show is stored in a folder or as a folder called Presentation Materials. So I can double click on Presentation Materials. This is our PowerPoint show that we want to open. So to open this PowerPoint show, you right click on it, and then you click on Open or Show. From this list, I don't see Show. For me to see Show command, I can click on Show More options. So here, I also have Show. So for me to be able to display or run my PowerPoint show, I just need to click on Show. That's it. That's our show. And of course, if you have set it to run automatically, it will run by itself based on the timings that you have. But if it's supposed to run by you clicking on the slides or clicking on the screen, then you have to do it. So this is how, or that's how you open or you run a slideshow. You can see that my show is still in progress. The animations are applied. Just as you can see. And of course, you can interact with your slideshow by clicking on the respective buttons. Just as you can see, you can move backwards, you can move forwards, and remember the buttons I'm clicking are for action buttons. So this slideshow has hyperlinks, action buttons, animations, transitions, organizational charts. Just as you can see, it has equations, it has videos, as you can see, And you can play a video. So, my dear viewers, students, and we have the contacts. And you can see the show is set to loop. So that's why you can see that it is beginning. Or once the last slide is reached, it is taking us the first slide of the show. So that's how you run a show. And then you can always press escape key to leave the show if it is set to loop continuously. When you are displaying or running the show, you can also temporarily black out the screen during presentation. To do this, you must be running the show on more than one monitor and select to use presenter view during the slideshow. In presenter view, you click blank screen. This turns the audience's monitor black, but maintains the presenter's view on the primary monitor. The slide area in presenter's view is blank to reflect the audience's view. Note, to resume the slideshow, you click Resume Show. The following is a demonstration on how to temporarily black out the screen during presentation. So if, for example, we are running this slideshow, let me click on slideshow menu, and then I click from beginning. So this is our show. If I want to go to the blank screen, if I want to make this blank screen, what I just need to do is that as my show is running, I can right click on the presentation, and then I can point on screen, and then I click blank screen, black screen, this way. So you can see that I've been able to make or to have my screen become blank. If I want to resume the presentation, I just need to right click on it again. And then I can point on screen and click on a blank screen. And then you're able to proceed with the presentation. And that's how you blank the screen during your presentation. And this one is very effective when you're using several screens and you want to make them blank, or you want to have, for example, the audience's screen being blank so that you can be able to make some changes, and then you resume recording, or you resume running the show or displaying the content of the slide again. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 22 of the series. You can continue to part 23 of the 25-part series, in which we are going to learn on how to package a presentation. Congratulations for learning part 22 of 25 on running presentations in creating presentation series. You can access the rest of the parts in the series, as well as other computer or ICT videos, by clicking or tapping on MLSWAP ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email mlswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.